This instrumental right here, it's called One Brick at a Time. It's for sale, for lease, right now. Now let's get to where we gotta get to. Let's take this walk through Ukraine. Kyiv, Ukraine to be exact. Excuse me. Smoking on this good octane. It don't really look too hood from what I see, but you know, this could be the tourist part. There's parts in Philly that kind of look like this, but how you doing? Alright, so as promised, we're going to get into the white rapper discussion while we walk around. Alright. Now, I started rapping when I was 11, maybe going on 12 years old. I was rapping before that, but I actually got with a team that wanted to rap. Before that, I was always trying to get a team together. For some reason, I just, didn't want to do it on my own. And so I always tried to assemble a team. So with that being said, I started rapping in middle school. How you doing? And 6th grade, the beginning of 6th grade, and there was no white rappers at that time. I promise you, there was no white rappers at that time. So now, the beginning of 6th grade, I was still living at my aunt's house, sharing a bedroom with my mom and my sister. And, me and my sister were on bunk beds. My mom was right there on a single bed, and we made it work for years, from kindergarten to 6th grade, and finally then we got our own spot. So with that being said, my mom and pop, being the great parents that they are, they went out and they got me a Packard Bell computer. I remember they financed it from Best Buy, and what my mom did, she took on the payments from it after that, and Pops helped out on it, and my spot quickly became the studio spot, because we lived in Millbridge Apartments out there in what's that? Blackwood, Clementon, New Jersey. So I'm going back and forth to Philly, but I got my rap squad out in Jersey, but my man that I went to school with in Jersey was from 31st and Tasker, and there was a big racial divide back then. 30th Street kind of separated the white neighborhood from the black neighborhood, and I live on 29th Street, and he lived on Stanley Street, which is right next to 31st Street. So we weren't supposed to be cool. Like, that wasn't supposed to happen. It actually happened where he was feeling one of my homegirls. One of my homegirls was feeling him, and Whitney. Shout out to Whitney and Whitney Mobley, wherever she is, and so I think I went and he tried to talk. We kicked it with each other about, trying to. I put in the word for him. 6th grade stuff. So there was no white rappers at that time. Now, I started taking it seriously from the beginning. What was going on? These are regular Ukrainian people. So I started taking it serious from the beginning. Every day we would say, a topic to a song, and say we were all going to write a verse, and we would come in, and the next day, usually, most of the time, probably about 80% of the time, I was the only one that came in with something written, and probably had about 2 other raps written. So, with that being said, I had the studio at my house, so then I got a bigger squad that we started rapping with. Shout out to Big Frank. And so we started rapping, and I remember the first CEO I rapped for was T-Money from Beatdown Records. I don't know if they still exist, but I remember I used to blow up his phone, kind of like Lil Wayne talks about blowing up Baby and them's phone. That's how I was, like, or some 11, 12-year-old, maybe even 13, I don't even know, just blowing up the phone. I remember I didn't know that it cost more to send out tapes. Remember, I sent out like 20 tapes, demo tapes, cassette tapes, and only put a stamp on every one of them. They all came. One day I came home from school, it was 20 tapes all on the floor in the mailbox. So, I say all that to say, there was no white rappers back then. Like, it was unheard of. Vanilla Ice tried before that. Only person that even came close was Third Bass in them, and Beastie Boys. And Beastie Boys, I consider them hip hop, but I consider them hip rock. You understand? Like, they weren't the most lyrical. They weren't. They just had that. They came out at the perfect time for what was needed at that time. People just wanted to party. So I respect them for what they did at that time. But in the era of 98 and all that, when Eminem first came out, he came out with My Name Is. And I remember because we either used to go over my house or we would go over at Big Frank's house. And we usually go over Big Frank's house because he wanted to eat and he wanted to cook his food. So he's the only 12-year-old I know. I'm writing raps at 12. He got a deep fryer. Knows how to fry chicken. But so we're watching videos and we see this video. I didn't even know what to take of it. I didn't even know if it was like rap or if it was just like a parody. Because, Weird Al was out around that time. And he actually, he redid Coolio's Gangster Paradise. And it was called the Amish Paradise. And it was actually dope for being a kid and just being a fan of hip hop. And the way he was the first one to actually take a beat and like switch it around. They give that to 50 Cent, but Weird Al was really the first to do that. Take beats and switch the words around and make it his song. So Eminem came out to much criticism. Who's this blonde-haired white boy? Does he got Dr. Dre in the video with him? Hold up. Does he got Dre in the video with him? Oh, this is what Dr. Dre's doing now? Oh, hold up, B. Let's give him a chance. Part 2. A white rapper's coming in the game. Next video. Take this walk with me through Ukraine, all through Kyiv. Holla at you next video. M-I-Corleone.